Have you ever had one of those brilliant ideas, but just no money to get it off the ground? It's a problem that stops so many amazing projects before they even get a chance to start. Well, today we're going to look at a system called DreamPlay that really tries to flip that whole script. It's built on this really powerful question. What if your labor, your ideas, and just your effort were the only capital you actually needed? Let's dive in. It's such a familiar story, right? You've got this incredible idea, a project you are so passionate about. But then you hit that funding wall. And the big question is always, how in the world do I start with absolutely nothing? This is the exact problem DreamPlay was designed to solve. Okay, so let's talk about that, starting with nothing. In most of the business world, that's a total roadblock. But in the DreamPlay system, it's actually, well, it's the intended starting point. Let's just look at what you don't need. To get started in DreamPlay, you can just forget about registering a big company, or owning property, or having a huge pile of cash, or even finding investors before you can begin. These are the exact barriers that this whole system is built to tear down. So what exactly is this labor-first system? Well, it's called DreamPlay, and it's founded on a pretty simple but really revolutionary principle about how we value work itself. And here it is. This is the core idea. Labor comes first. Before the big money, before the fancy offices, before all the massive infrastructure, this system is designed to reward the people on the ground doing the actual work. The ones with the ideas, the ones organizing the teams. So what does labor first actually look like in practice? It means your ticket to get in the door can just be a good idea. Or it could be your knack for bringing people together. Or it could simply be your skills and your willingness to jump in and help other people's projects succeed. In this system, that is your capital. And that labor is organized into 3 pretty distinct roles. So let's break them down and you can see where you might fit in. So the 3 core roles are the dreamer, the dream hunter, and the builder laborer. Each one is a totally different way to contribute. And maybe more importantly, a different way to get paid for that contribution. Okay, first up is the dreamer. It's really as simple as it sounds. Your job is to bring a new idea, a new project into the ecosystem. You're the spark. Next up, the dream hunter. Now this role is for the organizers, the connectors, the people. Your work is to find people, bring them into the system, and then organize them into active groups. You're basically a labor organizer. And finally, we have the builder laborer. If you've got specific skills, writing, design, coding, organizing, you name it, you can offer them up to help existing dreams move forward. You're the one who helps build all the momentum. All right, so now for the big question, the one everybody's thinking. How does all this labor actually turn into cold, hard cash? Let's get into the specifics and see how people actually get paid. Let's start with a number that grabs your attention. Imagine earning $300. In DreamPlay, this is a totally achievable amount for a dreamer who has a strong idea that really resonates with people. So how does that work? How do you get from just having an idea in your head to earning real money? Well, it's all about getting support, or what the system calls believers. Okay, here's the breakdown. Once your dream gets its very first dollar of support, boom, it's officially real. From that point forward, you, the dreamer, you earn 60% of every single dollar that comes in. So let's say 20 people support your dream with $1 each. That's $12 for you. If you can get 500 believers, that's $300 right in your pocket, just from having an idea that people really connect with. Now let's switch gears and look at the dream hunter. Their income potential, it starts with direct payments for organizing people, but it definitely doesn't stop there. A dream hunter has 2 main ways of earning. First is something called activation pay. A sponsor might pay you, say, $100 to find and activate 100 new users. Simple enough. But then comes the long-term play, qualified flow. Think of this as a quality bonus. If that group you brought in stays active and generates $1,000 in economic activity, you get a 5% cut. That's another $50. So you get paid for bringing people in, and you get paid again for bringing the right people in. And here's the real power of this whole system. You don't have to choose just one path. Check this out. In 1 month, you could be a dreamer and earn $60 from your own idea. You could also act as a dream hunter and make another $100 for activating a group. And on top of all that, you could do $200 worth of builder work for other people's projects. Add it all up, and that's $360 from 3 totally different income streams. Now, we've mentioned sponsors a few times, and they play a really crucial role in this whole ecosystem. You can think of them as the ones who are fueling the work, funding campaigns, and creating way more paid opportunities for labor. And this brings us to the two main ways you can get started. You can self-start, which is super powerful because you're never, ever blocked by a lack of funding. Or you can join a sponsored start. This path is usually faster, it pairs you up with a dream hunter, and it just creates more paid opportunities for everybody involved. Both of these paths are absolutely vital to the ecosystem. So, after all of this, what's the one key takeaway? I mean, what is the absolute bare minimum you need to get started on your journey in DreamPlay? It really just boils down to this: an idea that you're passionate about, finding just one person to believe in it with that very first dollar, and your own effort to see it through. That's it. That is the starting line. And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. In a system where labor actually comes first and an idea is all you really need to begin, what dream would you bring?